No. Now, the nation can give civil rights to sin. For example, the nation can give rights to produce and to spread pornography. The nation can give rights to no-fault divorce. The nation can give rights, civil rights. But please understand, our document in the United States said our rights came from God. I will not find one verse in the Bible where God gives a right to murder, adultery, fornication, or behaviors that are not in line with His divine created order. And therefore, to demand full rights, they don't come from God. Now, at first in our nation, sodomy was actually punished by death until 1929, from 1624. In 1952, the American Journal of Health labeled homosexuality as a mental illness that can be treated. In 1953, our president, Dwight Eisenhower, actually didn't allow gay people to serve in the government, labeling them as a security risk since they had, according to the medical journal, mental illness. It was actually until later on that Clinton introduced a law that says don't ask and don't tell. And of course, Clinton had a lot of his skeletons in the closet. And then Barack Obama removed that don't ask and don't tell law in 2010. And we saw the United States started to move away from the laws that protected the purity and the marriage to the laws that started to protect more of a sin. The big shift that happened was in 1969 is where we get the Gay Month and the Pride Month, and that was on June 28th during the Stonewall riots. You have to understand is homosexuality was illegal. Practicing it could get you in jail. And police raided a bar, Stonewall Bar in New York City, and they arrest a lot of people there. And the homosexual community, as well as the community nearby that were not alphabet community, they decided to protest against the police, and for 6 days they caused these riots. After that, every year from 1970 onward, in the United States, parades and celebrations were happening to commemorate the Stonewall riots. Until 1975 in San Francisco, there was a first time elected US official who was openly gay, Harvey Milk, requested Gilbert Baker to create a flag or create a symbol to help this movement who is celebrating the Stonewall riots to have a symbol. And of course, this is where we get the flag. Gilbert Baker, and I'm going to quote what he said in his book concerning how he came up with the flag. A rainbow flag was a conscious choice, natural and necessary. The rainbow came from the earliest recorded history as a symbol of hope. In the book of Genesis, it appeared as a proof of covenant between God and all living creatures. It was also found in Chinese, Egyptian and Native American history. A rainbow flag would be our modern alternative to pink triangle. Now, why is he referring to pink triangle? Because pink triangle was the emblem of homosexual community until Gilbert created a new one. In fact, Hitler used pink triangle to identify gay people, and he sent them with the Jews to be exterminated. And so Gilbert creates a different emblem or a symbol for the alphabet community. Now, the writers who claimed their freedom at the Stonewall bar at 1969 would have their own symbol of liberation. And then of course we see that these rights get granted in 2015 when Barack Obama signs the legalization of the same-sex marriage. Number 3 step of this agenda, and I believe the principality is behind it, and that is to demand that you recognize the rights of the alphabet community. And when I say alphabet community, I don't mean it in a way that's mean. It's just because letters keep getting added every single month that I just can't keep track of it, so I'm just gonna give that whole community just an alphabet name. Number 4 is to take your rights. And we see what's happening today, what had happened with the swimmer guy who wasn't very good in his division until he decided to transition, and of course he became exceptionally good competing against women. And it's Leah Thomas won a 500-yard freestyle swimming at NCAA championship. Even Mike Phelps, he said, commenting on this win, he's like, it will be equivalent to somebody using drugs to compete in a women's sports. We fought for women to have their dignity, have their opportunity. When women go to the bathroom in a gym or any store, they want to get away from the prying eyes of men, only to go to a place and find a person that claims to be someone else be there. And it's really, I believe, it devalues women in our nation. It devalues girls who compete, who try their best, and the rights of other people are being infringed upon. And the last step of this agenda is where we're at right now, is to put everyone else who doesn't agree with this in the closet. Ban them, silence them, suspend them, label them with names that no Christian will ever be comfortable with because they're just untrue, and just call them with different things. Today, if you don't call somebody by their desired pronoun, it's an act of aggression. But think about US government law, First Amendment allows us to have freedom of speech, meaning I have the right to speak what I believe is true. And if I speak something that is not true because I'm forced by you, I'm actually lying. I don't believe that a person's gender can be decided. This doesn't make me a bad person. I don't believe in that. I just believe in what the Bible teaches. I also believe what the biology teaches. So I follow the science. If I am forced to now lie about what I believe just so you don't get your feelings hurt, my freedom is taken away to appease your lifestyle. And I believe that is not right. The scripture tells us that is not right. Because of what is happening today in our culture,